Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome to have you here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a few things that we're going to be doing to the CBR. Yeah, the CBR is back. It never left, it's just been in storage for a while. I have ridden off and on a few times. I've got a few vlogs I guess I could upload at some point or another that I may end up doing. It just really depends on how everything kind of plays out here. So this is the first video of prepping the bike for import. Wow. So this is the first video that I'm going to be putting out for you guys on getting the bike ready for our annual Tail the Dragon trip. So in order to do that, not a lot to do to the bike. What we're doing is like every year we're just gradually getting this bike closer and closer to total perfection. Like there's not much left we can do, honestly. There's a few things that I've got in the back of my head that I'll save for a later date. But as far as the bike is, I mean, you could leave it like how it sits and it'd be fine. But there's a few things that I want to do to it. Obviously, I've started already, but this is kind of the end result. You guys will see the entire build process from start to finish. So what we're going to be doing is a long time coming. I've got some turn signal resistors for the front that I'm going to be installing. I've got a Atlas cruise control that I'm going to install for you guys, show you how to do that. I have got a brand new kill switch because the Honda units go bad. They've gone bad on both bikes that I've had, so I got a brand new one for this guy, so that way that'll be totally taken care of. I have got a Healtech Speedo healer that we're going to be installing. Super easy install. You guys should enjoy that. A little bit of drama has come into play, a little bit of stress and anxiety as always. So digging into the bike, I pulled everything apart because I was going to just kind of take a look at everything and make sure everything was, you know, good to go. I had to pull out the air box in order to get to the plug for the kill switch. And so in doing so, I decided, you know, I'll take a gander at my air filters because I haven't looked at them in probably 5 to 6 years now. Honestly, I've been telling my friends I am ashamed at the state of the air filter. So the air box has 2 of these in there, and so from what I can tell, you know, it has the part numbers here, HMMEL-E1. That is a factory Honda part number, and I don't know if they're original. They very well could be, but if they aren't original, then the previous owners before me have replaced these with factory units, that's totally cool, that's fine. But regardless, they are atrocious. Oh yeah, there we go. Can you guys check that out? I'll spin it. There we go. There's the grunge, the grime. It's nasty. Yeah, totally disgusting. So this was in my bike. This is a pretty steep micron filter, so it's been at least filtrating. I know it's been filtrating all the nastiness that's been coming into the intake of my bike. So I really appreciate these for doing their job. But with that being said, we're not quite down to the wire on like going to the Dragon, but we are T-minus 11 days until we're supposed to be leaving. And so of course, this is one of those moments where I'm just like, man, I really wish I would have been more prepared for this scenario. I ordered 2-day shipping, some BMC filters. I was on the fence between BMC and K&N. It was just kind of like a quick last minute decision. If you like K&N, that's fine. I like K&N, but I decided to give BMC a try because I've heard some good things. And so I got some high flow air filters coming. And so that's where we're at. That's where we're at. So as far as everything else is concerned, I'm gonna show you guys how to install all that stuff right now. But those air filters should be in hopefully in the next couple days. They were supposed to be here today, and they're not. And I paid for that 2-day shipping, damn it. All right. We got the CBR out here in the shop. It took some doing, but we got it moved out here. We've obviously got stuff to do to the bike, but we don't have a ton of stuff to do to the bike this year. I actually spent a little bit more time and money on figuring out some new gear for myself because I feel like that's something that I've been lacking in terribly for the last few years of my riding experience. We'll go over that in a totally different video. Just for reference, I did have this cruise control on the bike and it tried to kill me. If you guys want to see like a comparison video in the future between this guy and the Atlas, let me know. I don't blame this company per se for this thing trying to kill me. I just don't think it was gonna work out well for my bike. So I've got the little ring on here, and the way this thing works is that it rests against your brake lever. Well, the way I had mine set up, this wasn't long enough. So if this was a little bit longer, then it probably would have worked okay. But this was like a $30 cruise control on Amazon, and this is a fairly highly rated company, and this was $150. So we're gonna try this one out. They're about the same width. Only problem is I've got pretty big hands, so I'm afraid of how much real estate this thing is gonna need. But we've got some brand new driven gel grips that we're gonna install once we get this thing on, and so hopefully I might be able to like cut this or modify it or just fix it up in a way that works well for me. So we'll see. Stole my wife's hairspray, and this is arguably the best way to get these on. Compressed air helps too, but we can't run compressed air at the moment, so we just gotta muscle it. Yeah, that's gonna work out perfect, I think. This is coming out way easier than the other side does. Be careful not to nick our R6 throttle tube here. Still looking brand new. Alright, so we're gonna keep this ring intact. It's gonna stay on the outside, but we're going to put it on the outside of the cruise control. I think this is one of those things where I'm gonna definitely utilize this on longer trips. And really this is just a big test, because if I end up getting another bike in the future and it doesn't already have this on it, this is something I'm definitely gonna utilize on something that's more long distance oriented, I guess you would say. So that's how much room it's gonna take up, and so I'm worried about the distance. Maybe, man, you know what, it might be okay. We'll see. All right, disengage button, body piece, engage button, bolt, rear joggle, stopper arm, friction pad, ratcheting channel, detach the clamp arm. Okay, I'm doing it. Detached from the body piece by pulling up on the bolt flange. There's a small tooth at the base of the bolt flange which will slide out of the V-cut. Take note of this. Apply the correct friction pad. To select the correct friction pad, take the body piece without the clamp arm attached and place it on your throttle in the desired position. Now take the largest friction pad and without removing the backing, try to slide it between the throttle housing and the stopper arm. Okay, so we gotta figure out which position works best for our throttle. And so we need to put on the smallest one possible that's going to fit in this cavity. But it needs to be the smallest one that's also going to provide enough force up against here for it to actually bite into. Because the way this works is that this is the off button, this is the on button, and what happens is that when you push the on button, it pushes this gate open, and that is what holds friction on the throttle. So we need to get the right pad for that. Alright, so we got the Atlas installed and it does function as advertised. You can still move it back if you need to, like to let off the throttle a little bit or even pull it forward. I don't recommend it though, because you're going to end up wearing out your pad quicker, but it does work. Lock it down at full throttle, baby. So we'll see how well that works out for us. So the only things that we have left to do now are the kill switch and the speedo healer. So to do either of those, we've got to pull the tank and the seat. So let's just go ahead and knock that out. All right, I got a couple bungee straps here to hopefully tie this thing down nice. I would really like it if you would stretch a little bit more. Probably gonna have to use this guy. This one's not long enough. That's okay. Getting the Speedo healer installed. So this is the remote part, I think. This is the main piece we have to install. So it's got some instructions in here. I'm gonna figure it out and walk you guys through it. I love Healtech as a company. They're super considerate, really high quality stuff. I mean, everything that I've had by them has just been awesome. One page of instructions, love it. Make sure you got the right part for your bike. Well, I really hope I did because I bought this months ago. Remove the seat and locate the speed sensor coupler. On most motorcycles, the speed sensor is located on the top of the gearbox and reads the revolutions of the countershaft. If in doubt, check the bike service manual. Disconnect the coupler. So it said to remove the seat, but I'm pretty sure we had to pull the tank. If we didn't have to pull the tank, then fantastic. I got a few more things I need to check anyway, but I'm pretty sure our coupler is right there. Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna take you guys off my helmet, off my head so you can see. So we got the tank here, airbox, injectors. This here is what reads that input. And there's a tab right on top, right there. And I'm pulling up on it. And I don't seem to be getting anywhere. Let's see. Oh, nope, there we go. I got it that time. Good lighting helps with everything. With that done, you've got the exact same connector here provided by Healtech. It's gonna plug in right there, right in place of the factory one. And then this female connector, plug it in to the factory harness. Just like that. That's all you have to do. I'm gonna make sure that's seated in there nicely. So now that we can tuck that in right there. We can put our flaps back down. And now we just have to get this up inside the tail or where the battery compartment is. You can run this anywhere you want. So I'm just going to follow this factory loom right here. Just probably zip tie it to it every once in a while. I think the tank is literally the only thing in my way right now. Oh, nope, it's not. I made it through. Well, okay, so the tank isn't technically in the way, but at this moment it kind of is. So I'm gonna try and set it down just a little bit. And I just have to find my way up to the top here. If I didn't have 8,000 wires already in here, that'd probably help. That's what I get for putting in LEDs. I can see the cable. Can you guys see that? Maybe you guys can see it better than me. You see it moving around right in there? So we just have to get to it. I'm gonna pull this off and see if that helps me out. I've got it in my hands. That made all the difference for me, ladies and gentlemen. Take that little cover plate off. Okay, so now I'm just gonna zip it to this factory loom just to keep it secure underneath the tank. You know, you don't want the gas tank to pinch anything. There we go. We can put the tank back down and we have our harness. So everything else should be fairly easy and straightforward. They give you just the absolute perfect length to deal with here. Love it. Thank you, Healtech. If anyone in the comments, by the way, if you know more about this subject than I, please shed some light on me. How do I keep all this yellowing from happening? It's a legit problem with this bike. Probably most Hondas from this era. This is a Ziploc bag that I keep back here. Look how clean all this stuff is up here that's away from the exhaust. And then look at this stuff that's close to it. How do I stop that from happening? I'd love to know. Gotcha. Okay, so this is going to be purely an install video today. I will make a separate video on setting it up because in order to set it up, I have to go ride it. But this video will not end until that happens, so it really doesn't matter for you guys either way. Just sit back and enjoy my lovely commentary. This is why I need a motorcycle. stand. You know what? I'm just gonna sit in the bloody chair. I don't know what else to do. Okay, so you guys are caught up to speed now. So we're at the juncture where I'm going to actually be programming the Speedo healers. We've got the Speedo healer wire that intercepts the Speedo signal going into the trans. We got that coming up here to the tail. I'm going to keep the Speedo healer module right back here next to my power commander. So we're going to slice this bad boy open, and this part is the meat and potatoes of the Speedo healer. So this wire right here is a trigger wire that you can run up to the front of your bike where you can actually click the button to program it. I am not going to do that. I'm going to program this right here, right now on the fly with the app. Healtech has their very own app, so you can download this app. They have the instructions on how to get to it in their instructions. I don't know if they have like a QR code. Let me look for a QR code. Okay, no QR code, but if you look up Healtech Speedo Healer at the App Store, then you should be able to find this. What I've done is I have done the precise calculation. So what you do is that you get your GPS going, and then I get the correct speed, and based on the readout from the speedometer and what my actual GPS speed is, it does a calculation based on those two numbers. So if you click on precise, I've already got mine entered in. So if my indicated value is 76 miles an hour on the CBR cluster, then my actual speed is 65 miles an hour. And that tracks, that makes total sense. I've always known that I travel a little bit slower than the traffic around me. If I'm doing 55 miles an hour in a 55 mile an hour zone, I'm getting passed by people. Makes sense. So once you have those two numbers, you can hit generate. And so this is going to give you instructions on how to program it, which is super cool. So it says, press both buttons on the unit until L is indicated. So I'm going to go ahead, plug this bad boy up. So you got the 4-pin connector going into the 4-pin connector here, clipped in, and it comes with a little Velcro backing, so we'll just end up sticking this back here somewhere. Not gonna finalize the install of it until after we get like the seat and the tail fairing put back on, but to have this thing programmed and working, we can do that no problem here. So we're going to, I suppose, flip the bike on. I'm going to read the instructions. It says press both buttons on the unit until L is indicated. Okay. Okay, we got L, and it says press set repeatedly until we got the hash blinking, so we're good there. Press select to proceed to the first digit, so select is here, so we're going to do that. And so it's at 0, so we need to move it to a 1. All right, so we got that set to 1. We're going to proceed to the next digit, then we're going to set this one to a 4. Proceed to the next digit, and then we're going to set this one to a 5. Select. So what we just did there was we set my calibration to negative 14.5. That's what we have there. So that little dash in the beginning, that just stands for negative. So now, and after you have your calibration set, you hit generate and it's going to bring up your instructions just like that. Super easy to follow. And so now that we have that set, I'm going to get the bike put back together, and once we take it out on the road, we can check and make sure that my speed is correct on the speedometer versus my GPS signal. Very quickly, we're going to install our brand new kill switch. It's very, very easy to do. So first off, we're just going to undo a lot of these screws on the airbox. We're going to undo the computer here. This is how you get to your air filters, by the way, which I am going to either be cleaning or replacing depending on how bad they look. Boy. Yep, I'm gonna be replacing these. These look original. Okay, so these filters are atrocious. Yeah, I've got brand new ones on the way. Should have went ahead and ordered some, but whatever. They're on the way, so great. We're gonna finish pulling the airbox out so we can get to the cable for the kill switch. By the way, the whole reason we're swapping out the kill switch is because mine barely works. Like if you use it often, or if you use it at all, like if I do this, it doesn't matter because we're swapping out. But now if I flip it, my bike literally will not start. I've had issues in the past where if I throw this thing, it won't start. The bike, the fuel pump will not engage at all, so the bike won't start. So that's the whole reason why we're swapping it out. All this has to come out, which I'm actually happy about now, considering this badly needs to be cleaned. Oh, there's another freaking screw right there, man. God, they got me. They actually got me. Good on you, Honda. All right, so after all that, we're gonna clean this really well. Here is the kill switch plug, and it should be as easy as that. We got two very small Phillips head screws. Wow, that's a longer screw than I expected. I see, nope, I see green and yellow on the left. Well, that's what we'll remember, green and yellow on the left. And we've got white and another color on the right. White and green, perfect. Cool. We've got this brand new guy. Absolutely gorgeous. Love it. It's even got a grommet on here that this one doesn't. Interesting. Oh well. So we got to reuse the old screws, which is fine. I'm going to go ahead and try and get these guys plugged in. They already seem to be in the correct orientation. Long screw goes in front. Shorter screw goes in the rear. Don't have to go too hard on that. Feels brand new, which is the whole point. So I do believe it goes around the fork, up through here. No idea where this is supposed to go. Not the first clue. May end up just cutting it off because I don't want it to stick out like a sore thumb. Oh no, there's a place for it. Oh my God, there really is. There really is a place for it. It goes right here. That's wild. And then this goes in here like that. Man, that's crazy. That's so cool. We'll have to put everything mostly back together to test it, but that is a brand new kill switch in, ladies and gentlemen. While we're here, I've got some silicone lubricant. I'm just gonna lubricate the drive cables for the throttle. Yeah, baby.
What are you doing?
Working on my bike. Yeah. Okay, you guys, it is a brand new day, and after waiting 4 days for my 2-day shipping, we have finally got everything that I need to complete the CBR. Most notably, this guy right here. All this other stuff is my ability to not be able to control myself from buying really nice factory bolts and pins and things like that. So I'm going to be meticulously replacing all of this stuff. Mostly excited about my new BMC filters, but we've got this guy, which I have been needing to replace for years now, because this is the rear bracket that goes on the tail light, and it's supposed to cover up this half of the tail light right here. Granted, I did a really good job of cutting this one, but when I first got the bike, this piece right here was melted and like drooping down, and it was, you know, being melted by the exhaust basically. So we've got a brand new one of those to go on there finally, and I feel like this is like you know how like I would say that the bike's been like 95% done since the day I got it painted and put together, and you know, we've added a few things here and there. This is like that last 5%. You know how every project car or bike or whatever, anything that you like to tinker with or work on, it's like you get it to like that 95, maybe even 99% done, but that last like 5% to total completion is like just the most difficult thing. This is getting us way closer to 100% on this bike, and I'm really stoked. So no, enough talk, let's get it done. So we got our brand new BMC filters here, all the way from Italy, and they look freaking great. So out of the box, the filters, you know, look very similar to the original, but they do not have the little clips where you stick it into the airbox and then twist it for a locking fit. The way these work is that they're actually tall enough that once they're in here, it's an interference fit with the top of the airbox. That way these can't go anywhere. But you have to put on a seal. They send the seal, so you've got a soft side and then you got your sticky side. So what you do is you pull off the sticky part, like so, and then you just run it around the mating surface of the filter. To be frank, it's not a super sticky seal, so it's not going to like stick directly to the surface, even if you clean it with alcohol, because I tried that as well. But once you get it on there, it doesn't have to be, you know, stuck perfectly to the surface. It's fine, it'll be fine the way it is. And once you get it like that, you simply place it in, kind of press down. Seal's not going to go anywhere, filter's not going to go anywhere. We've got our first filter here. I'm going to slide it in, and that's it. You're done. Take your top of your airbox here. Oh, wrong way. And it goes right back on, no problem, just like factory. And it's not interfering to the point to where it's not making a perfect seal around the top, but you can tell that there's a little bit more force and on the top here. So very cool, nice big high flow air filters. So now we can screw this back together and we can finally start assembling the bike again. So that's the next step. So we've almost got the bike at the point of rideability, but I wanted to show you guys this real quick. This is the old job that I did when I installed these LED headlights. And I just want to come back and show you guys that I actually did this wrong. I did it totally wrong. I bent these prongs out to where this would work, and I had zip ties holding this whole shindig together. I did this completely wrong, and if you refer back to my old video where I put in LED headlights in the RSX, I did it correctly. These are the factory adapters that halogen bulbs plug into, and I can't believe I went this long without putting these back on, because if my bulbs were to shoot while I'm riding and I need to get headlights if I'm on a trip just to get me home, I wouldn't have been able to hook them up, or at least not easily. So this is supposed to stay straight, and then you plug this plug into the factory adapter like that. And then you plug the factory adapter into the factory plug. Hopefully I got it right. I did not. So we take this out, or either one of them out, it doesn't really matter. Plug it back in. Boom, on. That's how it was supposed to be. Now I'm still gonna zip tie it to keep it nice and neat and held tight together, but another thing that we are gonna do, because I'm sick of looking at it, give you guys a better idea of what I'm talking about. You're supposed to put that little adapter cap in there first and then lock this down, and then you can slide the bulb inside of it. it's obvious to me now, but it wasn't back then. So let's swap in all this new stuff. That's what it's supposed to look like. I can't believe this is held up for this long like this. I can't believe I waited this long, honestly. I mean, that's the bigger mystery. So now this can just slot in like normal, like that. And then this guy can flex however it needs to accommodate the plug. Alright, that's all I wanted to do, so I'm just going to zip tie these guys up, make sure it's nice and secure, and then we'll be ready for a road test. Got to throw the seat back on wherever it's at. I'll do that real quick. Oh my God, cruise control, baby. Okay, so apparently my calibration is off. Reset. Press both buttons on here until E is indicated. All right, you got it, Chief. Okay, we're gonna give that a shot. I had it really, really close and then I screwed it up. Also, I got the cruise control to work. I had to take it off and adjust it a little bit, tighten it up, get it a little bit closer to the throttle housing, and I had to move it down because it was moved up way too high. All right, let's see how close we are now. Should be really close. Yep, it's spot on now. Yes. I mean, it could probably stand to be calibrated just a touch more, but honestly, a difference in tire pressure can change it from what I understand, so I'm happy with that. Let's get it up to actual speed here, like 65. Oh, we'll do 70. Oh, there's a sheriff. I assume 70 is okay, right, Sheriff? Well, I'm still about a mile an hour off, so I may have to fiddle with it a little bit more. Not too much more. Apparently my gear indicator is off now too. Probably from where I unhooked the battery or something, it reset it. So let's fix that real quick too. Should be fairly quick. Actually, I think I gotta do that number right there. Okay, got that straight. Hey there, guys. Continuing the video here. Maybe the audio will sound a little bit better. I've got the media mod now for the Hero 10, which is super slick. I got a surprise coming for you guys. I've actually already got it, but the surprise that I would show you guys is being used by a buddy of mine at the moment, but hopefully that's all going to work itself out. So quick little update. I'm not going to make this section super long. I honestly don't even remember the last time I filmed, but I do know that we were working on the bike the last time that I was filming anything, and I got this thing super duper clean. I've cleaned everything short of the chain. I've cleaned it. So got to get that done. But right now, at this moment, I wanted to get this filmed because, well, one, I got a really big thing to show you guys right now. But secondly, I wanted to explain. The Dragon trip has been pushed back, so we got rained out. It's actually a couple days after we were supposed to go. Actually, I was supposed to be back yesterday, so This is the following Monday, and I took a vacation day today, so I'm just kind of, you know, helping around and working on some stuff on my own time. So really the only things I have left to do to the bike is finish a little small cleaning things here and there, but the entire bike is ceramic coated. It's I don't have a water bottle right now to chuck at it, but water just don't even stick to this bad boy anymore. But I wanted to show you guys real quick. This is not going to be like necessarily like a how-to thing, but this is something that I've wanted for quite some time. So I finally just bit the bullet and did it. So yeah, ASV C5s, baby, shorties. So yeah, let's throw these things on. Finally gonna be getting rid of the Chinesium that don't really even match the bike at all. So yeah, let's freaking do it, man. Yep, super duper simple to get these out. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with these, but it's just time. It's time to move on to bigger and better things. Ooh, what be this? Plunger barrel. Okay, cool. Oh, wow. Oh my God, dude. Are you serious, man? Oh my God. They feel so cool. No freaking stickers though? Thanks, ASV. Really? Cool. All right, let's do the brake now. Honda CBR. And this is for everything else. All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna grease it up. It should be good to go. That's freaking sweet. Gonna put the plunger in this one too. What is with these plungers just being the way they are? All right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. So we got the brake, feels super good. I've adjusted it, and we have the clutch. It's working super good. I've got everything lubed up really nice. Everything's nice and tight. And it's a pretty straightforward install. Something I don't like that I had to do that I didn't realize before is that the brake lever actually comes with a brand new plunger that you put in. But the clutch, you have to use the factory one. And I was like, you know, there was like kind of like a little oh shit moment. My factory ones are not here. They're in storage somewhere because I'm a pack rat. Luckily, this one had a plunger in it, and I don't remember if it's the factory plunger that I had to also put into this one, or if this came with a plunger. But regardless, that saved the day because I was able to pull it out and put it in the new one. Either way, I'm going to order a brand new plunger, maybe even a couple of them, just to have some like on hand. But I tested the bike. The clutch safety switch still works, so that's good. The brake light switch works. Love it. So everything's good to go. Like I said, minus a couple more cleaning odd and end things here, the bike is now complete. There's nothing else I have to do to it. And so oil's been changed. Front brake pads have been changed. You guys missed that. I put on some Galfer front brake pads. Those are good to go. And there were Galfers already on it, in case you were wondering. Anyway, the bike is ready for the Dragon. When's the last time we rode together?
I still had my CBR.
So in Huntsville?
No, we rode once I was still in Georgia, but I didn't even live with my wife yet. I was still living with my parents, and we rode to Chattanooga together.
Why did we ride to Chattanooga? Or was it on the tail of the Dragon the last time we rode together?
We rode after that, you and me. We went to Chattanooga for a short little jaunt after that. But that was the last time we rode together.
And what year was that? Jesus.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
If I walk to the sea, baby, I never say, for I will fall into the light. Every time I try to breathe,